Okay guys, so this is 16.2 mean absolute deviation, or abbreviated as MAD. That's your standard objective is to be able to determine and use the MAD of a set of data points, always with 80% accuracy or higher given the independent practice. So we talked about measure of center, which is your mean or your median, and so now we're gonna do the measure of variability. I can't even say that word. How varied they are, how different they are. So it's also the spread. So basically a single number to describe the spread of the data set. So basically how much the data set spreads out of the center, which is the median or the mean of the data. So you want to see kind of like the difference. And then the MAD again is the mean absolute deviation. It's basically a measure of variability. And it's the mean, which is the average of the distances between the data values and the mean of the data set. So you want to see in average how much is each of those values off of the actual mean of the whole data set. That's basically what you're trying to figure out. And if you don't do it right the first time, you're gonna get really mad because then you have to do it again. This is an easy one. Once we get to 7th grade, you'll see a bunch of numbers and then you really be mad if you miss anything, because then you have to go start all over again. It's not hard, it's just tedious. So the first thing we need to do is calculate the mean. Remember, mean is the average. So I'm gonna add them all up and divide by how many data points I have. So I go 3 plus 3, that's 6, and that's 2, 3, 4. So this is 4 and this is 6, so that's 10. So then I go divide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 10 divided by 5 is 2. So my mean is 2. That's for the whole data set, okay? And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna find the difference between each of those numbers and the mean, okay? So I'm gonna do like a little table. I think the book does it like that. I personally wouldn't do it that way, but just to so you can see, okay? I have 1, 2, 3, and 3. And so let's look at the difference. What's the difference between 2 and 1? 1. Or the distance, you can think about it that way. Okay. What's the difference between 2 and 1? 1. What's the difference between 2 and 2? Nada. 0. And what's the difference between 2 and 3? 1. And 2 and 3 is 1. Okay. In 7th grade, we'll do absolute value. So you'll go basically go like this: 1 minus 2, and that's just 1. And then you go again: 1 minus 2, absolute value. And that's equals to 1, and so forth. So on. I'm not going to do this because it involves negative numbers and you don't know that yet. And then what you're going to do is you're going to add all of the differences together. Okay, so you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so then this one is 4, but then you have to get the mean again. Okay, so that's my step number 3. I added the differences together, so that's 4, and then I divide by the amount of data points I have, so that's 5. So 4 divided by 5. That's either 4/5, or if you change it to decimal, it's 8/10. Okay, so that will be the MAD. Okay, and so so this is basically the mean or the average of the difference of each of those values and the mean of the whole data set. Okay, let me give you one to do really quick. I'm gonna keep those there so you can have a reference to when you're working on yours. Okay, so let me give you one to do. Okay, so go ahead and find the mean of this data set. Okay, and then the second step is you're going to find the MAD. Remember, to find the MAD, you have to find the difference of the mean with each one of those points and then add them all together and find the mean of that. So you're gonna add all the differences together, difference of the mean to each of those numbers, add that together, and then divide by how many data points you have. Okay, God bless you. Bye.